Well, it's a very unusual intervention for the International Monetary Fund. You know, we normally get their updates on the state of the economy, and I'll show you those just quickly. But it's what they're saying about taxes. It's what they're saying about UK economic policy that's going to certainly cause reverberations here in Westminster. First of all, though, just the state of the economy. This is just showing you growth forecasts for this year for the major economies around the world, the G7, just because there's so many different economies, we're kind of focusing on them. And you can see that last time around, so this is the forecast as of January, last time around, the UK was down at the bottom, I should say, actually, as of October. Last time the UK was down at the bottom in terms of this league table of G7 economies. Let's just update those numbers with the latest figures. The UK actually stays the same, but look, Germany's had a very big downgrade. So UK unchanged at 0.6% in terms of the economic growth this year, but Germany a little bit weaker this year. And then for next year, have a look. This is what was previously forecast, and let's just see the update from the International Monetary Fund. So that's the downgrade. So the UK downgraded from 2% down to 1.6%. So that is a bit of a blow, but I think what's perhaps more disappointing and certainly more eyebrow-raising is what they've said specifically about taxes. And let me just show you the quote, because this is what we've got from the International Monetary Fund about the UK specifically. I'll just read it quickly and we'll get to the main bit towards the end. Preserving high-quality public services will imply higher spending needs over the medium term than are currently reflected in the government's budget plans. It's this next bit that really matters. Accommodating these needs while assuredly stabilising the debt-to-GDP ratio will already require generating additional high-quality fiscal savings, including on the, and this is the important bit, on the tax side. And it is this context that staff advises against, let's just highlight that actually, advises against further tax cuts. Now, why does that matter? It matters because, well, we've all seen it. The Chancellor, the Prime Minister have said repeatedly that they want to cut taxes. So here you have perhaps the most authoritative economic body in the world saying they don't think it's a good idea. Now, that is a kind of a bombshell politically in an election year where the Conservatives see that as being critical to their chances of increasing their poll ratings. They want to cut taxes. The IMF says it's not a good idea. Now, a lot of people might say, well, why on earth is the IMF actually imposing its kind of verdict on the UK? Well, it's kind of what it does a lot of the time. We can choose whether to ignore it or not. But right now, this is a government, particularly the post-Liz Truss Conservative government, who set store by being kind of in line with big institutions like the IMF. So in order to cut taxes, which is what they want to do, they're going to have to go against the advice of this very respected body. So a very big bombshell when it comes to the political news in the UK, and doubtless we're going to hear more from both sides of the political debate in the coming hours because this news has just landed. The IMF says you shouldn't be cutting taxes in the UK.